Let's jump into 1-800-SLOOTS because you guys left me voicemails.
Tell me why he was not going to bed at all. Like, not even a little bit. Like, there were times where he thought it was in, but it wasn't. It was just, like, sliding on the outside. Anyways, love you, Sloot. Bye.
I like you. I really like you. And this is why it's completely his fault and men lie and they're the worst. This sounds like a Charlotte's Web of lies and deceit. And it's like this spider web feeding, and like one girl one time faked it. So then this other girl was like, oh, is it me? Maybe he is good, or / he's so bad I just need to lie because I don't even know where to start.
It's Sofia Franklyn. You are listening to Sofia with an F, and the F is for phenomenal.
Hot off the press, Sofia Franklyn makes a statement, and this is the statement. Welcome to Sofia with an F. I'm your host, Sofia Franklyn. I'm leaving for London tomorrow. And I'm going to my friend's boyfriend's 40th birthday in the English countryside. And it's giving very much like Saltburn vibes. Like I saw a picture of the house, not because I was being nosy and looked it up on Zillow. Okay, that information was shown to me. I'm not that cheap and that low class. I don't know what it is about the UK. I feel that is every person's France. Like, you know, everyone has this thing like, oh, the French think they're better than everyone and they're more cultured and the food and da-da-da-da. That's how I feel about the UK. And I just feel like this second I step foot there, I am not worthy of their funny accents. The theme of this party is the Great Gatsby / the Roaring 20s, which is an era that I personally have been obsessed with because the whole idea around like prohibition, the whole idea that the era is basically summed up to everyone wants to fucking party their ass off. Like that was like the defining thing of the 1920s is everybody here is trying to rage and have a good time. I think we need to bring that back. But also because I love the book, The Great Gatsby, and the film was directed by Baz Luhrmann, who also directed Moulin Rouge. Do I think Great Gatsby, the movie, was that great? No pun intended. No, not really, but I respect it, and I love the tennis player. Who's the, so if you would know, the main girl's best friend, and she's like a professional something. I think it's tennis. Anyways, oh, she's a professional golfer. Jordan Baker. She was really the breakout star of Great Gatsby, the book. Like she is where it's at. And I didn't even think about her and factor her in when I was looking for my Roaring 20s outfit. And now I'm pissed. / I do have a golf skirt and a sports bra. And people are going to be like, that's not how it works. You can't just come dressed as a football player because they are dressed the same for the most part throughout the ages. She has this really famous quote that I don't know if it was in the book or just the movie. And she says, I just hate I love large parties. They're so much more intimate. And I could not agree more. This is the thing that no one wants to talk about and the real issue, which is the era and what it stands for and what it represents is incredible, and women really coming into their own and like starting to have a voice, but also by kind of dressing more androgynous and having to hide what makes them feminine, da-da-da-da. But putting that aside, / and the partying, the way that women dressed in the 1920s, it is the ugliest fashion era ever. I'm sorry, you cannot tell me that a flapper's dress where they do this and it has like the little whatever things hanging off of it is cute in any way, shape, or form. You cannot tell me that a pearl necklace tied into a knot for whatever reason is cool. You cannot tell me the headpieces. I'm sorry, the thing that I wore to Coachella when I was 22, which is kind of probably very tone deaf looking back at it now, wraparound headband with a feather sticking out. It's just not cute. And I feel like it reminds me of also, I feel like they would wear nude tights and block heels that were like 2 inches high. And it's just, I hate everything about it. Why are we tying the pearls? Why? Do you not think it would look better if it was just, I get it if you want to do layered around, right? Like you have a really long pearl necklace and you wrap it around your neck twice. That's one thing. Why are we wrapping it in a bow? Where is it going? What are we tying it to? What are we adjusting? What are we trying to keep enclosed? I don't understand, but it is going to make the whole party a vibe. And I cannot emphasize how excited I am to kind of hop, skip, and jump right on over to the other side of the pond at a time like right now. And with that, Sloots, let me tell you a little bit about my podcast. And let me tell you a little bit about this episode. We're going to do a 1-800-SLOOTS. I'm going to answer your guys' voicemails that you left. It was very, very hard to pick which ones I was going to include because you guys, are bad and a direct representation of who I am. This is confidential information that I'm sharing. If this file finds itself in the hands of a online hacker from Siberia, because their main concern is the database that is Sofia with an F and what I say in these outtakes. I'm trying not to regress into how I've handled this type of thing in the past, but I feel like saying it now, maybe I can proceed with a little more authenticity because I was feeling a little bit fraudulent. Not because I'm using a fake last name, not because my dad legally / biologically / in every way is listed as the wrong dad. Not because of those things, but because of, well, I don't know. My identity is wrapped up in a lot of different things. I am just navigating, it feels like a lot of universal signs mixed with a bunch of cliches that I hate. That's the zeitgeist I feel like I'm living in right now, and I'm not really about it, and I'm trying to exit. So, with that said, let's have a Sofia exodus, and let's get the fuck out of this combo, and let's jump into 1-800-SLOOTS because you guys left me voicemails. You guys really let me in on your life. Some of them even made me emotional. Some of them I was like, what the are you talking about, Sloot? And then I thought to myself, that's literally me. And that's my reflection. And that is why I'm having that reaction, because I'm just kind of seeing myself in everybody. And if I have not sounded like a narcissist up until this point, now I definitely do. And I'm okay with that because I know I'm not one. Anyways, I'm going to play the first voicemail, and I'm about to give the best advice y'all have ever heard.
Hi, Sofia. My name is Caracol, and I may or may not be being dumb right now. So I went to Brazil 2-3 weeks ago for one of my good friends from high school's wedding. She married a Brazilian man. Good for her. I'm not jealous and single or whatever, but I met a guy at her wedding, and it happens to be one of her best guy friends from college that I had heard of a bit before. But honestly, when I first met him, I was like, oh, he's like a little awkward and nerdy, but you know, that's what Johns Hopkins kids are like. Then the night of the wedding, we hit it off. We hooked up. We spent 2 hours that night just staring in each other's eyes and being like, you're cute, you make me smile, blah, blah, blah. So flew back to the U.S. I'm in Seattle. He's in Dallas. We're kind of mutually obsessed with each other. And I'm pretty much in a long-distance relationship with someone that I've only known for 4 days in person and only spent one night with. He was laid off a few months ago, and he's back living with his parents, and he's really depressed about it. And then, like, I made him look smiley and happy, and it just, like, felt good to be with him. But I don't know if I'm being dumb.
Girl, not only am I responding, I am listening, and I'm coming in with some fire feedback for you. Because I'm living this right now currently. I'm not going to get into the dynamics because somehow I feel like every episode I end up talking about it like a stage 5 clinger. But girly pop, if you guys hit it off, had this insane chemistry, make each other happy, then I don't think the long distance thing should be enough of a reason to call this off. And this is not coming from this like bias. Sofia's in a long distance relationship, so of course she's going to say to go for it, because let me tell you something. I tried to fight and come up with 789 other reasons to not date this guy. And to this day, I mean, if I'm going to be completely honest, I still will doubt and have questions in my mind and be like, what are you doing? There's a lot of fish in the sea. You are a great candidate. And why are you picking this dude that is miles and miles and miles away? Because of obvious reasons. A, B, there are these aspects to it that you don't even think about. But there's a reason I'm staying and I'm still in the relationship, is because if you find someone special enough, I'm going to sound like, who is this version of Sofia, this like hopeless romantic? If you find someone special enough, ride the wave. Who gives a shit? Also, I've seen how, easily green cards are dispersed firsthand. Not that he's using you for a green card. I want you to be careful. I didn't love the little detail about he lost his job 2 weeks ago and is sad about it. Oh God, now I'm going to make this girl second guess everything. Do not second guess anything. I thought the last 3 boyfriends were con artists, and all 3 have turned out to not be con artists. But just be careful, which you already are. You're already being careful. So now you can let go a little bit and let God. Hallelujah. Jesus Christ, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Amen. I love the fact that he is going to visit you, because that's when you can get a real sense of, was this just like a in the moment, watching someone else's love story at a wedding sex vibes? Or could this be a bigger long-term thing? You don't know that yet. Like, you guys have to spend time in person. So I'm really happy that he's going to visit you specifically. So you're like on your turf, you feel safe, et cetera, et cetera. My tips: don't bring up Argentina. and loving Argentina and anything about Argentina's soccer team. Brazil does not like that at all. Tip number 2, have fun with it. I know that sounds so corny, but if yes, it's kind of this time period where you can test things out, but also don't go into it being like, I got to come out the other side with the definitive answer. No, but you will have a way better, fuller picture of who this guy is and what he's about. Ask him what his plan is now that he doesn't have a job. That's tip number 3. If he does not have a plan, it doesn't need to be anything special. But if he's just like, I have no fucking clue, I don't know what's up from down, that's understandable, but make sure he's taking certain steps to get out of the hole. Like, he needs to be actively looking for a motherfucking job. And if that job is being, your sugar baby, that's cool too. Also, you are fucking hilarious. And you saying, I don't know if he's just awkward because all guys that went to Johns Hopkins University is kind of the funniest thing I've ever fucking heard. And B, you saying that you were like happy at this wedding because you're not a jealous, bitter friend. Also hilarious. Also, thank you for letting us know that detail, because a lot of bitches out here do not share that same sentiment when they go to weddings / are in female friendships. Let's talk about Klarna, because I love to swipe a card. You know what I don't love? Interest. That's where Klarna comes in, your everyday smarter spending partner. With Klarna, you can split your purchase into 4 interest-free payments, helping you manage your budget without the extra stress. Whether you're shopping in the Klarna app or with the Klarna card, it's all about flexibility and smarter spending. Plus, Klarna isn't just about payments. You can compare prices at your favorite stores and even earn cash back when you shop in the app. It's effortless, it's smart, and it's designed to help you get more value from every purchase. Choose Klarna at your favorite retailers or shop now at Klarna.com. CA residence loans made or arranged pursuant to a California finance law license. NMLS number 1353190. Klarna balance, account required. Klarna may get a commission. Limitations, terms, and conditions apply. This summer, take scent on the road with Pura Car Pro. It's the smart, stylish car diffuser that lets you control premium fragrance from your phone. From commutes to weekend getaways, elevate every drive. And for a limited time, get 20% off Pura Car Pro and all car scents with code CAR20. Head to Pura.com to claim the deal before it's gone. Okay, next voicemail.
Hi, Sofia. My name is Donald. I am a male Sloot through and through. I love you. I'm an OG listener, but I'm going to get to it. So basically, my question for you is, I just graduated college last December and I accidentally moved to Florida. And I have been trying to decide where I want to live. I didn't mean to stay in Florida, but I've been here for 6 months and I always dreamed of living in New York City. I grew up in the city, not New York, but I grew up in a city, DC to be exact, and initially used to living in the city, but I've been here in Florida for 6 months and I built a community and now I feel sad about leaving it.
I just fucking love the Sloots. This is a really interesting question because initially I wanted to say, babe, you keep saying how young you are and saying that's a reason to maybe not make such a drastic move. And my instinct was to tell you, no, now is the time. But I swear to God from heaven above, if I would have moved from my small town in Utah to New York City, Manhattan, at the age of 22, I would be dead under the stairwell in a subway station. Like, I swear to God, I barely made it out alive, and I moved, I think I was 25. And so I totally get where you're coming from. I think, though, the longer you stay in Florida has a way of just kind of, if you give Florida a chance, Florida becomes the ugly guy that you never thought twice about, that somehow weasels his way in. And next thing you know, you're like a stalker obsessed in love with him. And you're like, how did I get to this point? You know, that's Florida. The longer you stay in Florida, babe, yes, I get like you've built a community, but you've only been there 6 months. And I know 6 months can feel like a really long time, but it's just gonna be and feel harder to leave and go to the city. What I want to highlight, the biggest takeaway, there is no right or wrong choice. And I remember vividly navigating my 20s and being so distraught, making choices and decisions because they are big, big life decisions, but just having so much stress and like inner turmoil because I was under the false assumption that one of the answers to the choice was right and one of the answers was wrong. What is Sophie's choice? There's no, these choices that you have to make in your 20s, there is no way for you to make the right or wrong one. And if there is a choice that is significantly better, you would have already made it, babe. That's the thing. And so just know whatever you choose to do, just do it with agency. And get this, you get to change your motherfucking mind. That's the best part about it. And the best thing about being in your 20s is don't move. Decide to do it a little bit later so you don't end up dead in a subway ditch. Why do I keep saying there are ditches in the subway? There's no ditches in the subway. There's ditches in the fields of Utah. The subway in and of itself is a ditch that was built on purpose with a flying transit system through it, okay? But any choice you decide, just do it with agency and know you can change your mind. And if you want to move later, do it. If you want to move now and you want to go back, that is not accepting defeat. Because I remember when I moved to New York, if you don't think the first 6 months to 9, 10 months, maybe more, I was like, bitch, what are you doing? You do not belong here. This is way too wild. Go back home. And would cry to my mom. And I didn't do it, which I'm very happy about. But you can go home, and that is not accepting defeat. That is not what that means. So just know, actually, it doesn't even matter how old or young you are. You can always change your fucking mind. And that right there is taking agency in whatever choice you make. All right, next voicemail.
Hello, long time listener, first time caller. My name is E-Man, and my dilemma is this. I like to make little silly videos, usually about video games, and my girlfriend doesn't really watch them until I ask her or force her to watch it. I find it really hurtful that if she was to create stuff, I would be the first person to champion her and comment and like and support. How do I get my girlfriend to care about me? Or should I just give up? Okay, bye.
I couldn't understand one thing that guy was saying with that funny little British accent. And he for sure is wearing a bow tie and is dressed like a penguin with shiny shoes. And you cannot tell me otherwise, and he will be at the Saltburn party. Woo! Let me get this straight. You play video games. So can you enlighten me? Did he say he plays video games and his girlfriend doesn't pay attention?
Yeah, maybe he does like streaming or something. And
Ah.
her to watch that.
Oh.
So he said that he would like and share if he was doing the same thing.
Okay. The old Twitch, the old streaming platform where people play video games. And I can't remember who this Twitch superstar is, but my friend told me that she got in a 24-hour long fight with her boyfriend and streamed the whole thing. 24 hours straight. They were fighting. And I need to have that girl on the show. And I'm going to plug her name, and I'm obsessed with you. And goddamn, if you weren't a Twitch streamer, you need to be an attorney. So the thing is you interpreting your girlfriend not giving a shit about watching your video game streaming as not caring about you is, you cannot make that connection. And she is just a normal fucking girl with a life and a job and hobbies and interests, and coming from someone who very much adores their man. He could not pay me money to sit and pretend to give a flying fuck about his streaming of a video game. Like I could not, there's no money in the world. There's nothing that could be done to make me interested. It's just, my brain doesn't work that way. And that doesn't mean I don't adore him. I just don't respect his interests. And if they don't interest me, then they're just not interesting, period. But I really think she loves you. And I'm going to go ahead and call bullshit on you saying if the roles were reversed. Oh, you want to watch her do a no makeup look? You want to see her do swatches on her arm and pick what peachy color she needs? And talk about setting spray that actually works? A girl being able to watch a guy stream a video game is 100 times more likely than a guy being able to do the reverse of that. So I love you. I'm sorry I answered your question so aggressively. I get a little bit on the defensive when I'm talking to a British person, because I just already in my head assume they're better than me, and I'm working through it. Okay? Next question.
Hey, Sofia. I love you so much. I need help because I'm about to crash the fuck out. I have known this guy for 15 years, and we've gone on like 3 dates. Like, I've known him since we were in elementary school. We went on 3 dates. Last night was the night I was like, yeah, I'm going to let him hit it. And the entire time that we've been going on these dates, like, we've been hitting it off. Everything's been perfect. And he's been talking a big game about like how he's good and bad. And I don't really let that faze me because, like, I don't know. But this time I was like, yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait. And so I finally had sex with him last night. And tell me why he was not going to bed at all. Like, not even a little bit. And he was not very big, which doesn't always matter, but definitely mattered last night. I just, like, there were times where he thought it was in, but it wasn't. It was just like, you know, just sliding on the outside. What do I even say to him? Like, now he's like messaging me because I got really quiet afterwards and I didn't really know what to say. And now he's messaging me and he's like, what's wrong? What's going on? And I have no idea what to say. Like, do I say it wasn't good? Do I say, you know, you had a small dick and you don't know how to use it? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Why do guys lie? What do I do? I know you're going to Europe, but I will literally wait until you get back to say something to him because I literally don't know what to do. Like, why speak a big game? I don't know. And he said, girl said he was good at it, but I don't know. It wasn't good, and it wasn't like first time jitters. Like it wasn't good, and I don't think it ever will be. Anyways, love you, Sloot. Bye.
I fucking like you. I really like you. And this is why it's completely his fault and men lie and they're the worst. Also, though, girls, let's stop faking orgasms. Because if this guy is walking around saying he's good in bed, but at the same time, his penis is not even going inside of your vagina, that means we're kind of all living a life of deception and we're all feeding each other. And do I think it's wrong to fake orgasms? I mean, if you need to just speed it up, it's the easy way out, it's what's convenient, go ahead and do it. You know, it's a little white lie, but this sounds like a Charlotte's Web of lies and deceit. And it's like this spider web feeding, and like one girl one time faked it. So then this other girl was like, oh shit, is it me? Maybe he is good, or / he's so bad I just need to fucking lie because I don't even know where to start. Cause it is one thing to have bad sex. Usually though, there's something to work with a little bit. If the bad sex means the penis is not going inside of the vagina, you're not having sex. There's nothing to discuss, and you literally don't even add that to your body count. Not that anyone keeps score, but like you did not have a sexual interaction last night. If it doesn't enter the hole, it is not penetration, therefore it is not sex. It is not intercourse, in my opinion. Oral sex is a different story, but I know that didn't go down because if he would have gone down on you, we wouldn't be having this fucking discussion or this big of an issue. I would bet my bottom dollar on it. So we're going to construct the exact response that you're going to give him. But I do just want to take this moment to give a PSA, which is you are not allowed to be small and not well endowed, and also not good and not putting in effort. If you're not going to be packing, size is not everything. There are workarounds, and the workaround is use everything else you got and use it to the nth degree and double down on it and make it fucking work, because the other thing ain't gonna work. Okay? I want to give you, though, like, you probably know all of this and you get it. You want me to tell you word for word what to respond if you should respond at all. I think you should respond because it sounds like you guys could definitely run into each other, your childhood friends, and it's like you can just, by sending a super simple text, avoid any awkward interaction in the future. Just fucking do it. Don't acknowledge the sex. Me saying, girls, we got to stop lying, I'm like, literally don't even acknowledge it. Let him continue on living this lie. The thing is you're not his girlfriend. There's nothing to improve or work on. You said it yourself. You're like, I kind of just never want to have sex with him again. I don't think the message, your dick is small, or the message, you suck in bed, is going to land well. You know, men have a fragile ego when it comes to that. And, you know, unless you guys are in a committed relationship, it's not your duty to let it be known. Like that's not, you don't need to take that role on. So what you're going to do, you're going to respond and you're going to lie. Not telling him he's good, because that's just fucked up. That's just perpetuating bad sex for all the women in his future, and we got to look out for one another. But you are going to respond with a little lie, basically giving a reason as to why you are not responding and engaging with him. And you can really pick whatever you want. I love to use I'm talking to my ex again. My ex whatever is kind of back in my life. Or, you know what? Having such an intimate moment like that just made it clear as day that I'm not ready. And I need to take a step back. And if you care about me and care about more than your penis, you're going to respect that and never try to have sex with me ever again, because I'm in a stage of my life where I'm exploring what it means to be single, and sex is clouding my judgment. And it's not that you got a magic stick. It's just that it's too intimate of a thing to be doing right now. And / you are gross and I don't want to have sex with you. Just say you fucking hate sex. Like, you can lie, just don't tell him he's good at it. I love you, Sloot. Next question. Next voicemail.
Hi, Sophia. Long-time listener. This is so cool, by the way. I first wanted to say thank you so much for having Noah Gannon on your podcast back in October. I actually have been working with him since you've had him on, and it's been really life-changing. So thank you so much for everything that you do, but especially for having him on, because I definitely recommend him for people looking to go on a real fitness journey. But my real question for you is, how do you deal, because I know you've been on a fitness journey for like 2 to 3 years now, how do you deal with the onslaughts of body dysmorphia and issues with body image?
Shout out Noah Gannon, my personal trainer, who transformed my body. And shout out to you, Sloot, for writing this in, because let me say this. I do not feel good about my appearance on a regular basis, period. Like, not even fucking close. So I want you to know that even though I'm posting fucking thirst trap, pulling my leggings up my ass crack, you know, posting and talking about working out like I feel like hot shit, I have glimmers of that. I have moments of that. I also equally have just as many moments, if not more recently, of feeling not cute, horrifying, what the fuck is going on. And I think the key is to be okay with not feeling okay. It's when feelings become 10 times heavier when we are trying to resist the fuck out of them. And I don't think there is ever this pinnacle moment that women reach where they're like, oh my God, my body is at the 10 out of 10, exactly how I want it to look, best shape ever, don't want to change a damn thing. That I don't think is ever reached. And if it is reached, it is motherfucking fleeting. You eat 1 gram of salt, you have 1 French fry, you have bloat the next day. Your body is always changing. Therefore, it is going to be like this fleeting thing you're always chasing. You can do things to feel better. Like, honestly, I think probably when I'm taking and posting thirst traps, I would say half of the time that is stemming from feeling like shit and feeling ugly and being like, oh my God, I'm going to throw on makeup. I'm going to do all of the things to make me feel better. And let's do that so we can not feel bad about ourselves. So don't believe, obviously, cliche, what you see online. Let me tell you right now specifically, I do not feel cute about face, body, really anything going on, and that's okay. The more I think about it, we have made it the norm to tweak and tweak and tweak and fix and better our outer appearance, body, face, hair, everything. We have normalized it to the point that I no longer think it's an empowering thing. And I actually think it's not good. What it does is it then just emphasizes and supports this idea that you need to fix something. If we didn't have the option, yes, I understand there's societal standards of beauty and there always will be. But now that you can fix literally anything, blepharoplasty, for example, if you have hooded eyes, it's this surgery to remove hooded eyes / I guess droopy upper eyelid / having bags under your eyes. But I think takeaway is who decided hooded eyes are like a bad thing? I'm being dead serious. Like, who decided that was a bad thing? Why are we getting, unless it is making your normal waking life difficult and it makes you so fucking self-conscious, it is okay to have things you don't like about yourself. There is never going to be a moment where we walk around and there's not something that we want to make a little bit better. I'm always going to want to have this thing a little bit better, straighter teeth, this, that, body, skinny up here, bigger boot, like all the above. And if we are all just fucking, I have nothing against plastic surgery. I just think it is way too common. It is used in a way where it's not going to seriously better your life a lot of times. A lot of times I think we're under the facade that, oh my God, if I get this one little tweak, it is going to be life-changing and so much better. And if you don't think that way, then maybe you're thinking, what's the big deal with getting a BBL? Even though it's kind of the most dangerous fucking surgical procedure ever. I just got back from Miami, and let me tell you, the statistics are not statisticking. And as my old statistics professor would say, statistics are like bikinis, and they conceal as much as they reveal. Let that one sink in. He also caught me straight up. I stole the answers for the test off of his desk, had it on my desk next to mine, was filling out my test, and he sent me to the principal, and then I got kicked out of the class. Anyways, you're never going to feel like 100%. It's not like the saddest shit ever. You don't have to love everything about yourself. You don't. You know what's really empowering and what's really long lasting, even more than a BBL, although I'm assuming those are a kind of forever thing, as well as these adjustments I'm talking about. But you being okay with maybe not liking something about yourself is just as powerful, if not more. I just think we could all kind of maybe take a step back and, do a tweak here and there if it feels absolutely necessary. But let's not all act like at 25, I guess women are getting facelifts at 30. Okay? Just let that sink in. Like, there is no reason a 30-year-old should be getting a facelift. Yes, I get Botox. Will I probably get one at 38 or 40 like Kim K? Yeah. Actually, no, I won't. Will I get one eventually? Yes. And it's hard to draw the line. It's like, okay, well, why is that cool, but wanting a boob job at 21 isn't? The boob job is fine. Do whatever, but you gotta pick and choose. And I don't know, this is like crazy. I'm even gonna say this. If you're hitting more than 3 to 4 serious adjustments when there's nothing seriously wrong happening, I think you've taken it too far. Why am I putting a number on it? I don't know. Just something for us to all think about. Just the 3 Ps, just kind of percolate, pray, and ponder. All right.
Sofia! Hey, girl. I've been a fan from the dawn of the Slooty Pebble time. And so I'm writing to you because I have a question. What the hell is going on with, like, I don't know, are we supposed to just settle on men because, you know, I feel like some of the good ones are really ugly. And, you know, I don't know if, like, we just get to a point in age, like, I'm 26. I don't know if I'm, like, in the next year, so I'm going to get to a point where I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm just going to have to settle with an ugly guy because they treat me really well. I'm not trying to sound shallow. I'm just saying, you know, I don't know what to do.
The thing is, you know what is uglier than an ugly guy? A hot one. And let me break that down for you. The second a guy is above a 7 hot, you got to question what's going on. Okay? Not like, are his parents' genes that great and they, you know, produce this gorgeous man? How has that fucked him up mentally? Because I don't like the idea of a hot guy. And I'm trying to come to terms with this, and I'm really right now in real time trying to decide why. And I'm like, Sofia, is it because you need to be the cuter one because you're insecure because you don't trust guys and you think hot ones are more likely to pull women? I don't think that's true because, as we all know, you could be a real ugly looking guy, but if you have either confidence for days, and this is not, I'm being dead ass, if you have confidence and personality and you walk around like you're the shit, I'll probably have sex with you. Jesse Bloom. Jesse motherfucking Bloom is the example I'm using. And he's kind of all my assistant and I talk about all day long. He's from the show Industry. And he doesn't come in until season 2. He's straight up ugly. Okay? Doesn't have a good body. His hair is like fucking crazy. His face isn't even like that attractive. The way he carries himself, hot. And I could say maybe the fact that he like made a shit ton of money and is very, very wealthy plays into it. No. Because have I talked about one other guy from the show Industry? There's a lot of guys in that show that have a lot of money. There's a lot of guys in a lot of shows that I watch regularly that have money. Jesse Bloom, though, he did something to me that I haven't felt since middle school when I watched Pirates of the Caribbean and got hooked on phonics, which is a reference that I don't think anyone under the age of 27 would know what I'm talking about. But Orlando Bloom in Pirates of the Caribbean, I really thought he was the one and like he saw me. But that's the first time I felt this kind of lust and obsession for a celebrity. And you know what? that just resurfaced. And I'm like having all these old feelings of when I was young watching Pirates of the Caribbean, but now grown watching Jesse Bloom in the show industry. And Jesse, I think if I met you in real life and then you told me you were an actor, I would be like, but you're not that hot to be an actor. And then I would just like write you off. But in the show, god damn, okay? It's not the money, it's the way he carries himself. And every single scene he's in, he just exudes this like sexual, I know how to fuck. I don't need to brag about how I know how to fuck. I just know how. And you can sense that energy. And that's why you're taking all your clothes off. Okay? That's Jesse Bloom. So you don't have to be hot. Also, hot guys can't be trusted. And there's nothing more unattractive to me than a hot guy. Because I care about personality. Oh my God. Newsflash. Oh my God. Is this the world's #1 gold digger asked for bank account info on a first date saying that she cares about personality above all else? Yeah, I am saying that. And I mean it. So, girl, don't think about it as settling. The girls with the hot guys, that you got to worry about that. You got to question that. I don't know what those girls are thinking, but you're not settling if you're with an ugly dude. You're actually leveling up. And I probably just fucking... That was kind of the most anti-feminist thing I could say. Oh my God, but you know, guys can be ugly as shit and have a great personality and you're leveling up. Imagine if I said that about women. Oh yeah, women don't have to be attractive. You're leveling up if they're not attractive. I said what I said, and that's it. I need to address this poll that I put up on my Instagram story because I posted and I asked you guys to submit your craziest past work experiences and like jobs that you've had in the past, because for a lot of us, you know, you don't go from the ugly duckling to the gorgeous swan. You know, you don't go from high school to being the CEO of a company. You have some things in between. And for me, it was working at the one and only Mexican grocery store that exists in Utah and getting basically harassed. I think it was a guy actually behind the deli counter, but then also the manager was trying to frame me for stealing money out of the cash register. And I was like, you think I even count the cash register when I'm supposed to leave? That's hilarious. I know I'm supposed to, but frame someone else. Frame somebody else. I do not have time. The second there's 10 seconds left on my shift, I'm already in my car. I want to read some of these off for you guys because holy shit. Someone wrote in, spray tanning naked people when I was 15. LOL, illegal in hindsight. That is fucking so crazy. Aren't you like a freshman in high school? Or am I tripping? You're like a freshman, sophomore. That is insane. Also, all the times I've been spray tan naked, y'all be looking, I guess. Because you're fucking spray tanning, so obviously you would be looking. I do think there should be an age limit. My old boss told me my jeans made me look like Huck Finn. I like that you abbreviated Huckleberry. Huck Finn. The overalls. That's very inappropriate, but also touche, dear boss, because that is a very funny reference, and I would never think to compare someone to Huck Finn, but I am now. I definitely will be now. My boss once told me he wanted to punch me in the face because I had a better idea than his. That is insane. What is worse? I would rather actually be told by my manager that he wanted to punch me in the face, then keep me after work hours for an hour and a half in a tiny room interrogating me over, I swear to God, no more than $20. Okay? Not belittling. I'm not belittling your experience, your story. I'm just saying, as long as he was saying it on the clock and it was taking away from you actually having to work, I don't know. But also fuck him, and that's crazy. Okay, at 15, I worked at Taco Bell, and they made me work the 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. shifts on school nights. I could so see that when they're having like the team weekly Taco Bell agenda and like what's the new hard shell taco that like we're launching. And there's like the lineup of staff and the manager of the Taco Bell literally is like that kid that looks like his parents dropped him off and he did not drive here and can barely see over the fucking counter. Put him on the night shift for sure. He's still got good eyes and he is fresh and he can handle the night shift. Excellent. And you know what? We're going to wrap it up there because Taco Bell is exactly what I'm about to fucking order right now and a shit ton of it. And talking about body image, I swore to myself 100 ounces of water today, 80 to 100. 80 to 100 is what I wrote in my journal. Plus, we're not eating crazy shit that is going to make you not be able to take your ring off and make you bloated as shit before this roaring 20s party. And I'm going to fucking order Taco Bell. That's what I'm going to do. And what's the Taco Bell sign off? Live Moss. And I'm going to get a crunchy gordita, a supreme, and a supreme crunch wrap, plus 29 other variations of that exact same thing and think they're all really special and different. Okay, Sloots. I love you guys so much. Bye.